Hello, ladies and gents of YouTube. Rich from PCGamesN here. We're at E3 2017 and we're talking to the Destiny guys, Destiny 2. We have David Shaw, PC project lead at Bungie, and Thomas Gawrys, PC engineering lead at Vicarious Visions, who are helping on the PC port. So, let's dig into it. We've seen from, I want to clear up a few other sort of bits and pieces that we've seen from coverage so far.
Sure.
So we hear, for a start, that you're dropping some fairly big story arcs on the sequel, right, to do with the Exo Stranger and the Darkness. What's the reasoning behind that decision?
So I'm not sure that we're talking in depth about those. Anything we've said so far is going to be the extent of what we're doing in the E3 timeframe. We'll definitely have more to talk about story-wise as we progress towards Gamescom and beyond. But for now, you're going to have to just wait and be tantalized with what you've heard.
Fair enough. Okay, so we've seen Guardians in, I want to talk about the faction system a little bit. So we've seen Guardians in faction armor for New Monarchy, Future War Cult, all of that. What's changed, if anything, about the faction sequel system for the sequel?
So you're two for two, finding things that we're excited to talk about,
right? But not
aren't in our E3 time frame. Factions are absolutely something we'll have more to say about in the future. Maybe hit us up at Gamescom.
Okay, cool. So moving on again then to Crucible.
Sure.
There's quick play and there's competitive side of that. How will the latter differ from the former this time around?
So, do you have a good?
I mean, there's basically the way I can talk about it is just that it'll be a different set of modes within each playlist. We're not talking about the details of what they are, but there'll be a different slice up of modes there.
Okay. Yeah, the biggest changes that are coming to PvP are absolutely around the move from 6v6 to 4v4.
Yep.
We feel that makes the PvP modes a lot more competitive in that they are easier to learn, still very challenging to master, but you can come into an encounter and it's not this pure chaos where you're like, okay, I died, I failed, I don't know why, right? You have this, you've got a role, everybody else on your team has a role, you know what you're supposed to be doing, and you know whether you succeeded at it or not.
Right.
And so that's really the biggest change, is that move that makes it more approachable, easier to learn, still challenging to master, but we believe that's a huge improvement and something we're super excited to be bringing to the game.
The other thing is like the dynamics of teamwork, like really feel like he mentioned it briefly, like you can see kind of your role, but like you can also think about like how can I help my teammates and like work at getting better at the game and just really filling out that dynamic of teamwork with this skill-based play.
Yeah, but apart from the differences in game modes, there's nothing structural about the difference between sort of quick play and competitive playlists. I mean, we know, for instance, that you're not doing ranked play from launch.
Yeah, no, it's almost like hoppers like we used to have. It's differences in how you would play it and what you would get, but structurally, I don't believe there's a big delta.
I think there might just be like in the names of them, there's a little bit of sense of style, but it's not really like there's no like, I'm not aware of any, or we're not talking about any structural differences between those things.
On gameplay stuff then, the supers that we've seen so far, they're all roaming, right? Like so, Golden Gun, and we've seen that Fist of Havoc is back, but sort of revamped.
Fists of Havoc, yeah,
absolutely. And is this an across the board change? So we won't see any stationary supers or one use supers.
What you're saying is you've seen some brand new stuff, and then with the ones that we've kind of that we're bringing back, that we've shown, we like to think of those as being remastered.
Right.
And so you shouldn't assume that because we've remastered them in ways that work that particular way today. You shouldn't assume that that's how everything is going to work.
Okay, cool. Hunters in general are much more mobile this time around with their new dodge ability, and the Arc Strider in particular. And I feel like in sort of raid design in the original and PvE design in general, like mobility, with the exception of getting torn between worlds and Kingsfall, which is great, like mobility is maybe something that was a little underutilized perhaps first time around. Are we going to be seeing more PvE encounters designed with mobility in mind?
So we're not talking about that exact detail, but I think seeing that, the Arc Strider has this like acrobatic sort of feel to them. Like, that's part of what we're going for, right? We're trying to hit at that fantasy a little bit of this like close quarters but acrobatic gameplay. I don't think it's not necessarily a choice that we're trying to do like holistically or anything like that, but like in that specific class and subclass there, like it plays well and it reaches that fantasy for the the close quarters acrobatic, agile feeling combat.
I think we're absolutely evolving in many ways, and so again, not getting into any depth. I think there'll be some interesting things and fun surprises when we get to September 6th.
Okay, cool. And what about on the sort of cosmetic level? I mean, is there anything that's changed about the old system? You know, shaders and sparrows and things. I'm sensing.
So we're sneaking into investment land, and
right.
And we definitely are adding a bunch of new things that people will be excited about and want to invest in and want to collect. We're not talking in any detail about what those are just yet. We're trust me, we're super excited to. Like Thomas are like, can we just talk a little bit about it? But we'll get there. Today we're focused on. We want to make sure people are recognizing the kind of those really solid foundational things, the new story, the way we changed the slots for how weapons work, the PvP changes, these kind of major structural things, the introduction of guided games. We want to make sure that everybody's got a solid foundation on those, that those are clear, we've got those, and then we'll move ahead to talk about some of the more nitty-gritty, the things that people like to noodle on and get in the weeds. So we look forward to talking about that soon. Okay,
so let's talk a little bit about guided games and clans and things then.
Yeah.
So, we've heard that the clan system might sort of tie slightly into the faction system in a way. Can you talk a little bit about how that'll be?
Can't talk about that yet. The stuff we can get in with clans is really the big message there. The fundamental change is clans in Destiny 1 were more or less a four-letter moniker slapped on your tag. Out of game, there were a little bit more, and you had a roster, and that was helpful. Yeah. But we've really pulled all of the clan stuff into game now. So you can invite people, you can create clans, you can do all kinds of stuff in game. There's a banner. You've got.
We'll have progression and reward systems as well.
Progression and reward systems.
We understand that the reward system is, if everyone's in the clan, then. Even if you're not necessarily participating in an activity, someone else who's gone done a raid or something, engrams will drop across the clan.
Everything everybody does contributes to the clan.
So what about progression systems then? I mean, are there like ranks in clans, or?
You have to wait and see on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting into the investment weeds, and I hate to keep giving that answer, but we'll definitely have more to share about that. But yeah, that's absolutely something that we're excited about, and that being part of a clan will not only benefit you, everything you do will benefit your clan. It's a great opportunity. Guided games.
Yeah, I was just going to
PJ,
say.
You should talk about that.
I think the other thing with the whole experience is like guided games brings more people together to fill out your clans, to find people to play with, and to have more opportunities to play that end game content. Raids are something that we're really proud of on Destiny 2 and even on Destiny 1, but there's a lot of folks that didn't get to experience that. And this is our real way of doing it.
Half our user base never played raids.
Which is frightening, because some of them are brilliant. Like they are some of the best experiences I've had on console for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a touchy area, right?
Yeah.
The PC launch.
Okay.
We hear it's delayed into October 24th. Hard to pretend it's not a bit disappointing.
Sure.
And we understand why. Just give us a feel for why that will be.
It's honestly a super simple answer.
Yeah.
We're taking that time so we make sure we get it right.
Okay.
It's that easy. I mean, the people ask, well, like a year before Destiny 1 launched, we heard people saying, okay, so come to PC, can we have it on PC, we want it, please?
Yeah.
Literally every big, story that came over the 3 years, first comment, when's it coming to PC? We've heard it. The reason we didn't do it is because we didn't think we could do it justice. We couldn't do it right. We didn't want to give PC players, we didn't want to disrespect them with a bad version of the game. When we did it, we wanted to do it right with Destiny 2. We had the right team, we had the right talent, we had great partners in Vicarious Visions. We could finally bring it to the PC in a way that really did it justice, that we were proud of the quality bar. The final piece of that, to make sure that we get it right, that we nail it, stick the landing, is that little bit of additional time. We were thrilled to be able to tell folks, hey guys, it's just a little bit later.
But if it's one version of the game, and why not? Would you consider maybe delaying, or had you considered maybe delaying the console ones to sort of bring up a simultaneous release date, so that PC players, for instance, can learn the raid in the same way as console players do?
Honestly, there's so many moving parts that go into those conversations. Like it would be super challenging to get into the whys of that.
Right.
But we absolutely talked through it ad nauseum about what's the right set of choices.
Yeah, absolutely.
We believe we ended up with something that we're happy with, and we think that the PC gamer, when the PC hits on October 24th, they're going to be thrilled.
Okay, cool. And just to sort of round things up, can you tell me anything, literally anything, the tiniest thing about the raid?
There is a raid.
There is a raid. It's got a fan in it. We know that.
It has a bad guy.
It has a bad guy. Okay, cool.
Might be Cabal. Possible. Who knows?
Well, I mean, we know that the other races are coming. The other enemy races are coming back, right?
I know you're going to shoot guns.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Cool. Yeah, that's promising.
There shall be loot.
Can you confirm whether or not the Taken are coming back? I mean, we've seen them in a Strike trailer.
I don't know exactly what we've said about races. I mean, if you've seen them in a Strike trailer, I don't know.
What about the Fallen of the Hive? All right. Okay, I get it. Thanks very much for your time, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks. Cheers. It's great to meet you.
Appreciate your time. Thank you.
And thank you guys very much for watching and for tuning in. As ever, we'll have plenty more on E3 2017 on the site and on our YouTube channel, so check it all out. Thanks very much for your time. We'll see you next time.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Thanks. See ya.